The Dallas Cowboys, they're having a rough season.
Yeah, 3-6.
A 4-game losing streak.
Not what they were hoping for.
Definitely not. And now there's all this talk about Micah Parsons potentially being traded.
It's a bit of a shock, right?
It is. He's a star player, a fan favorite.
I mean, could they really let him go?
It's hard to imagine, but the rumors are out there.
And they seem to stem from his upcoming contract.
Right. He's about to get a massive extension.
One of the highest paid defensive players.
And that's where the Cowboys' finances get a little tricky, don't they?
Exactly. They've already got those big contracts with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb.
Not a lot of wiggle room left.
Not much at all.
So how would a contract for Parsons even fit into all of this?
Well, think about it. A contract for him, it could easily be over $30 million a year.
Wow.
Then you add in Prescott, you add in Lamb, that's over $100 million for just those 3 players.
That's a huge chunk of their salary cap.
It is, and it leaves them with some tough choices.
They could restructure some contracts, right?
Potentially, but they'd still have to make cuts somewhere.
So let's play devil's advocate for a second. What if they traded Parsons?
Okay, so that would definitely bring in a lot of assets.
What kind of return are we talking about?
Multiple high draft picks, maybe even a few first-rounders, potentially some established players, too.
Players who could help them immediately.
Exactly. Fill some of those needs.
It sounds like a tempting offer, but it's Micah Parsons.
I know he's the face of the franchise.
It's Jerry Jones' favorite.
And a huge part of their future plans, trading him would be a massive...
So there are strong arguments on both sides.
Definitely.
Big financial benefits, but losing a key player. What's the latest on these trade talks?
It seems like it's happening behind the scenes right now.
Not actively shopping him around.
But they're open to offers.
And are there any teams that have been linked to Parsons specifically?
Nothing concrete yet.
But if he does become available,
There will be a lot of
teams that need defensive help,
teams with cap space.
teams looking to make a statement.
Absolutely.
So let's say they go the rebuild route.
Okay.
What would that look like for the Cowboys?
Well, it would mean stockpiling draft picks,
Building a young core,
focusing on those key areas.
like the offensive line.
Running back, maybe even quarterback.
So they'd be sacrificing the present for the future.
Basically, yeah, a long-term strategy.
And that puts Jerry Jones in a tough spot.
He does.
Financial realities versus a franchise cornerstone.
Exactly. Commit to Parsons and potentially limit their options.
Or trade him and risk the backlash.
It's a lot to consider.
It really is a pivotal moment for the Cowboys.
No doubt about it.
Their decisions will have a lasting impact.
And we'll all be watching to see what happens. It's a tough situation for sure.
And with Jerry Jones, the Cowboys are always expected to win.
Right. They have such a history, a legacy.
A Super Bowl or bust mentality.
Yeah, and that pressure.
So would trading Parsons be like admitting defeat?
It could be seen that way, shifting from winning now to rebuilding.
But the draft is unpredictable.
It is.
There's no guarantee they find another player like him.
That's true. Any rebuild has risks.
And sticking with Parsons isn't easy either.
Not at all.
They'd have to make tough choices elsewhere.
Potentially let go of other good players.
Or settle for less talent to fill those gaps.
Right. It's a trade-off.
Short-term pain versus long-term potential.
Exactly.
Besides the money and the rebuild strategy, are there other things they should consider?
Yeah, like team morale.
What kind of message does this send to the players?
Trading a star like Parsons could create uncertainty.
And what about the fans?
The fans are passionate. They love Parsons.
Jerry Jones is always aware of the fans.
Yeah, he knows what Parsons means to them.
So you think fan reaction could sway his decision?
It's definitely possible he wouldn't want to alienate the fan base.
It's such a fascinating situation.
The whole league is wild.
What should fans be looking for as this develops?
Listen to what Jerry Jones says.
Any hints?
Any comments about Parsons' future?
Read between the lines.
Exactly, and watch other teams.
See if they start making moves.
Clearing cap space, accumulating picks.
Like they're getting ready to make a run at Parsons.
It's a strategic game.
Like chess.
Exactly.
So much to think about.
Yeah, it's not just about what happens on the field.
It's finances, team dynamics, fan expectations.
And it all ties back to this one player.
Micah Parsons.
It's a reminder that it's a business.
Even for the most talented players.
Right.
So last question.
Okay.
If you were Jerry Jones, what would you do?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know, no easy answers.
It's like a complex decision.
But if you had to choose,
If I were him, I would have to look at everything.
all the options,
The long-term vision for the team,
and make the best decision for the Cowboys.
now and in the future.
It's a decision that could make or break their future.
Yeah, it's a pivotal moment,
Everyone's going to be watching closely.
for sure.
Well, this has been a really interesting conversation.
It has. It really makes you think about how teams have to balance things.
Trying to win now while also planning for the future.
Right, and how much one player can really change things.
Even a player as good as Parsons.
It's a question that's always been there in the NFL.
Build around a superstar.
Or take a more balanced approach.
Focus on depth, flexibility.
And for the Cowboys, everything they do is magnified.
They're under a microscope.
It's Dallas.
Every move gets scrutinized.
Especially this Parsons situation.
And it's not just about what happens on the field.
No, there's the money aspect.
The impact on the team.
The fan.
Jerry Jones has a lot to think about.
He does.
It makes you wonder, would this be different if they were in a different city?
Maybe the pressure in Dallas is unique.
The media attention, the fans.
It all adds up.
So these Parsons trade rumors, they kind of show the bigger picture.
Yeah, the challenges a lot of teams face.
Balancing the need to win now.
With building for the future.
Dealing with the salary cap.
It's complicated.
It's a reminder that it's not just a game.
It's a business.
And sometimes that's tough to swallow.
Especially for the fans.
It's been great talking about this with you.
You too.
It's a fascinating story, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.